Joining me now, Florida Congressman Jared Moskowitz, one of the members of the task force on the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. Thank you so much, Congressman, for being with us. You know, after the closed-door briefing you all got into the first assassination attempt, a lot of members were asked the question that I now ask you under different circumstances, and it's this. Are you confident that the Secret Service has the resources it needs to protect Donald Trump and Kamala Harris and Joe Biden?
Well, Chris, thanks for having me. I never thought that first I would be appointed to an assassination task force, an attempted assassination on a president in my first 2 years in Congress. Little did I think it would be Groundhog Day. And while on that assassination task force, there would be a second assassination attempt just 2 months from the first one and only a month into the formation of this task force. And so no, I'm deeply concerned, Chris, that right now we don't have a good handle on the situation. The idea that there has been 2 attempts and they have been able to get close enough to the former president is deeply disturbing. I'm concerned that Donald Trump is actually not safe at this point. And quite frankly, I don't know if there's any evidence to show me that he is safe. The fact that there has been these 2 attempts. So the Secret Service has a lot to ask for. In this instance, the officers saw the threat and neutralized it. The question really is, what process allowed the threat to get so close to the former president, especially with the fact that there was an assassination attempt just 2 months ago? And so I am concerned. I have the utmost faith in local law enforcement. I was about 15 minutes from the golf course today on a private matter, but I was in the vicinity, and I know the sheriff there. I know the state attorney there. These are the highest quality individuals. So I think they're going to do an investigation, get to the bottom of it. I saw that Governor DeSantis said that he was probably going to have FDLE do their own investigation, which I think quite frankly is warranted. You know, I have a lot of questions. How did someone who clearly has mental health illness and looks like he has potentially a rap sheet from before this event, how did he buy that gun? Where did he buy that gun? In Florida, we have red flag laws here, red flag laws that were passed after the shooting at my high school, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, in the city of Parkland, a mile away from my house right now. And so I'm curious if he got that gun here or if he bought it somewhere else. And so there are a lot of questions tonight, Chris. We still don't know the motive from the first shooter. That still hasn't been released to the public. So I think the public has every right to demand right now that the FBI, Secret Service, come out and start sharing this information with the American public.
There is a new acting head of the Secret Service, as you well know, the one who was in charge when the first assassination attempt occurred, resigned. Are you confident, based on what you've learned behind closed doors with your committee, the other questions you've asked, maybe answers that you've gotten, that the situation within the Secret Service is stronger, safer for these candidates now, less than what we're about 2 months out, and as was pointed out earlier in the show, already some mail-in ballots are going out, early voting is going to begin. I mean, is this going to impact how we run free and fair elections and allow voters to see their candidates?
Well, this cannot become normal. I mean, that's, quite frankly, we've seen mass shootings become normal in this country. But assassination attempts on our leaders cannot become normal in this country. It is scary to think that mentally ill people have such easy access to weapons, but they shouldn't also have easy access to our presidents and former presidents. And so, look, I think the new leader of the Secret Service is definitely headed in a much better direction than the director that resigned. I think that was clear from her testimony and the fact that she didn't even visit the site of the first assassination attempt. And so, look, I think what needs to happen now is, look, the Secret Service, the FBI, law enforcement agencies, Homeland Security, everyone is moving fast with their investigation in the first assassination attempt. I mean, listen how ridiculous that sounds. The first assassination attempt, now we have a second assassination attempt. But they need to share that information with the American people. I appreciate that the task force is getting it that I'm on, but you have people in this country on the left who think the assassination, the attempted assassination on former President Trump was staged, and you have people on the right who think it was the deep state. And that's because they're not getting any information. When there's a vacuum, misinformation will fill that space. And so I plead with the FBI and Homeland Security and law enforcement agencies to start having press conferences and sharing information on these investigations in real time with the American people.
Congressman Jared Moskowitz, thank you so much. We do appreciate it, and I'd love to talk to you in a few days and see where we are with all of this and where we are in terms of that kind of information being provided. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Chris.